Previously on Fight Opera, we took a Wasteland vacation. Bull de Quoi's explosive demise knocked the world off its axis and reduced Austin and the surrounding areas to a barren wasteland. Only by defeating the dastardly Dr. Trahma in her evil SCHLITADEL would light, bearable temperature, and water be restored. The journey began with a battle between Dread 13 and Charlie Frown for the last seat on the bus. Despite Frown's dastardly tactics, the heroic heavy metal alien proved victorious and joined the crew of Old Man Jenkins' war bus. After that, tensions flared between the Valkyries.
Well, sometimes some people make too many roles!
As they both auditioned new tag team partners in a match to see which of them keeps the tag champion gauntlets in the friend breakup. They battled in the ring, but also in challenges of roommate relationship maintenance, doing dishes, folding sheets, lawn stuff. In the end, they realized their friendship was too strong to be broken apart, but this didn't stop Skip and Crybaby from trying their best to take the gauntlets for themselves. In the end, the Valkyries' bond proved too strong, and the newly formed duo known as Endship was defeated. Drugs appeared, desperately searching for his brain.
So if anybody has seen my brain, she's like a big, giant, walking, talking human brain. You can't miss her.
But his mission was interrupted by the cruel machinations of Beckman Buccaneer and Louis Boots. Drugs fought valiantly against the dashing but devious duo. And as the pirate and cowboy took control, Louis Boots took things too far, nearly choking Drugs to death. That's when Beckman stepped in to stop his tag partner from crossing the murder line. They argued, and in the end, Beckman walked the plank, sinking down to the briny depths. However, even sentencing his roommate to death wasn't enough to slow Louis down, and he pulled out a victory over the lonely Drugs. A totally normal episode of Hammer It Out with Roy Hammer was interrupted by the mercenary assassin Plasma Slink Slipskin. Fortunately, before things could escalate, Dockmaster arrived to put an end to these shenanigans. The incredibly enthusiastic skeleton Keith had a chance to prove himself in the ring against his scumbag employer BlackRock. Keith just wanted to bring the people joy, but BlackRock had a point to make, and the cruel businessman squashed the dreams of the aspiring bony entertainer. Horrifically, just before intermission, tragedy struck. The war bus ran over a Wasteland pedestrian, and who appeared to render medical assistance? None other than the nefarious Dr. Trahma. Using her patented medical guillotine, she removed the Wastelander's damaged arm with ease. Dockmaster and Gary the Goat took umbrage with her technique, as well as her dark conquest of the Wasteland. After a heated back and forth, Trahma agreed if Gary could make it to her dark fortress, the wretched SCHLITADEL, he would be able to challenge her for the belt if he fought on her terms.
Maybe I'll see you there, Gary.
Maybe you will.
Then, making things worse, the now crazed Opossum King stole the beer from the war bus. And Arbitro Obscuro fought to win not just the delicious fuel, but the Crusherweight belt itself. They battled back and forth, showing off feats of tremendous agility and power. The Opossum King resorted to dirty tricks, even wielded the power of the Crusher belt. But Arbitro was relentless and in the end emerged victorious. After the Opossum King's lunatic parting words, BlackRock appeared and threatened Spectra, our favorite ghost referee. Thankfully, using his newfound belt, Arbitro saved Spectra and learned an earth-shattering secret.
And I just want to say I'm so damn proud of you.
Arbitro.
And,
Oh my God!
and I know your father would be too.
Hold on a second. Could it be?
Mom?
He is half ghost on his mom's side. That's right, Spectra is his mother, and now he is the champion. What a weird day for Arbitro Obscuro. Just when it seemed like the war bus was ready to roll again, an alien spaceship landed, and out emerged Andromeda, an alien with a packed schedule. She demanded Jenkins drive her ship to her upcoming meeting. They had a fierce chair match, where whoever sat in the pilot seat for a full 3 seconds would be the loser. The alien Andromeda won, but it turned out she got her time zones wrong, and didn't need Jenkins' help after all, so she stormed off. Riding through the wasteland can be a bit dull, and the hyped-up war bus riders demanded entertainment. Thus, up stepped Puddinhead. Unfortunately, our favorite child entertainer was interrupted by a real bully war boy from the wastes.
Wait, hold on. You don't know he's gonna bully me. Let's not profile. Let's keep it real. Hi!
Kid, I'm here to bully you.
He was determined to show Puddinhead there is no room for kids in the post-apocalypse. He attacked. The two battled it out ferociously until Puddinhead stood victorious, thanks to one of his classic top rope attacks. And then came time to settle a feud ages in the making. Sick of being humiliated by Gallagher 3, Card Shark set out to get revenge on the whole Gallagher family. Working his way through them one by one, he eventually showed down with the head honcho himself, only to be screwed over by referee Greg A. Hall, whose name is an anagram for Gallagher! Roy Hammer intervened, however, and brought in Spectra to officiate the match fairly. Thanks to help from his morally upright friends, Card Shark sent the Gallagher family packing. But before they left, Roy and Gallagher 3 agreed to a showdown at the next Fight Opera event. Finally, the war bus arrived at the evil SCHLITADEL, and Gary and Dr. Trahma prepared for their grand battle. But that is when the doctor revealed her terms. Gary would fight not only Dr. Trahma, but also his former best friend, Bench Horse, who'd been turned into some kind of zombie. At first, Gary was unable to overcome the might of the Frankenhorse, but his never-say-die spirit pushed him past his limits and forced Dr. Trahma herself to get in the ring and get her doctorly hands dirty. They brawled all throughout the SCHLITADEL, bringing chaos everywhere they went. Eventually, the medical guillotine was brought back into the ring, and Gary was forced to choose. Continue fighting for the belt or save his erstwhile equine ally from bladed doom? Due to his purity of heart, Gary chose to save his friend. But this morality left him open to a barrage of chair shots, and he found himself within the guillotine's grim grasp. But then, Bench Horse remembered his true self
Bench Horse! Gotta go!
and resisted Dr. Trahma's control. He freed his friend, and together they destroyed the medical guillotine and gave Gary the chance he needed to pin Dr. Trahma and win the belt.
2, 3! He's done it, folks! After years of trying, coming up just short, the new Velvet Weight champion!
Gary the Goat is the new Fight Opera Velvet Weight Champion! With that settled, all that remained was the matter of the dark and dry wasteland. Yes, a friendship had been restored and a villain laid low, but the earth still wasn't spinning, and it was still really, really dry. But thankfully, with the power of the belt and the spirit of the Fight Opera faithful, Gary was able to bring about axial rotation and a wonderful cooling rain. The world was saved. We got a new champion. Everything was great. The gods were happy, or as happy as the gods could ever be. Find out what happens next when Fight Opera returns October 25th with absolutely no wrestling live.